Hi, today we are going to make egg bites in the Instant Pot. So you can actually take any type of meat that you have already cooked. Um, Today I happen to have sausage patties. Last weekend it was bacon. You might have some ham. So whatever you like mixed in with your eggs, that would be something good to start with. So I am just going to cut up these um, sausage patties a little bit so that they are small enough to go inside the little egg bites. I don't know if I'm going to use all three of them. I might not need to. Depends on how much it makes. Cut that up. And then the type of cheese you use is up to you. I'm using, what is it called?
Is that the Mexican bread?
No, it's the, your favorite. What is that one? That no, down in the drawer. Yeah, Gouda. See, I should remember that. It's a Gouda,
It's a
type.
good one.
It's a Gouda one. So you take your, I'm just cutting the meat up now, but basically you take your eggs and you put them in a blender. So this takes 4 eggs.
Using your Ninja, right?
Yeah, I'm just using, it's not a very big blender because there's really not a lot of stuff going in to the egg bites. So it takes 4 eggs. Then
It's the Suzie Ninja blender.
and then a quarter of a cup of heavy cream. And then a half a cup. You can either use cottage cheese or ricotta cheese. I just prefer ricotta cheese. I like the consistency of it better. But it doesn't really matter. Either type of cheese is going to work. So whatever you prefer, you can make it both ways and then decide out of the two which one you like the best. Just throw that in the blender. And then it calls for like 2/3 cup of whatever cheese. And I am putting in the Gouda cheese. And yeah, it's a little bit more than 2/3 of a cup, but that's okay too.
And you already shredded it, right?
Yeah, and it's shredded. I mean, if you put it in big chunks, you're gonna have a problem trying to put it into your little molds, or if you're using the little, like little dessert cups, you can do it that way too, and just stack them. Um, I am going to add, I'm going to add some green chilies, some hatch chilies, because I like having a little bit of chili in mine. I'm not really measuring, but you know, probably a couple of tablespoons of that. And then salt and pepper. Doesn't need to be a lot because your meat is probably going to have salt in it already. So I usually don't add much salt. I might add more pepper than anything. And then you're just going to mix that up for just a little bit of time. So that was like 15 seconds. I think probably if you did it too long, you'd start whipping that cream that's in there. So that would not be a good idea. And then I am using this little silicone mold deal. You can buy them, I think, at Bed Bath & Beyond, or you could pick them up at Amazon.com, which is where I got mine. If you just type in IP or Instant Pot accessories, you'll find this little deal, and it also comes with a little lid. So when it's all done, you can keep it in this container and just put it in the refrigerator. You can pop them out when they're cooled off and freeze them. So just in case you don't eat them all at once, but I'm going to put a few of the sausages in to begin with. You have to eat that last one because that's part of the recipe. Okay. And then you're going to take your mixture. Actually, before I do that, you're going to put your little spacer deal in the Instant Pot, the little stand. Put that in there, and then put in a cup of water. Then you're going to fill your little mold almost full. It is going to puff up while cooking, so just recognize that's going to happen. And usually I have a little bit left, and I'll show you what I do with that. Okay, so then you'll take, so your molds are nearly full but not quite. And then you're gonna just wrap this kind of loosely. It does not have to be real tight. And I use a little sling to put under it, so it's just foil. Just mix, just fold it up, fold it and fold it to make like a little sling, so that you can pick the.
Makes it easy to take out.
Yeah, makes it easy to take it out when it's all done. So then you drop that into your pot, and you can just kind of fold that up. And then the last little bit, you just put it in like a little dessert cup kind of a thing. So just like a little cup. Oh, it's not going to have any meat in it, but that's okay. And then you can just put it on the top. You could also do it with several of these, and you would just put a couple and then put the other ones on top. It's just if you fill them real full, you're gonna have to cook it a little bit longer, is all. So then I'll put the rest of this in here. Just set it on top. Fine. Okay, so that's all we need to do for the mixing up, and then we'll put the lid on. Hopefully I won't have a problem with it today, like I did a couple days ago, which seems to be. This is a little different than my first pot, so it doesn't go on as easily. Put it on this side. I do know how to do this, people, I promise you. Okay, so then.
So is this open or closed?
This is going to be set to sealing. Whenever you're cooking, you're going to set it to sealing, and then you're going to put your pressure cooker on for. You know what? I think it's 6 minutes. Let me make sure. 8 minutes. Okay, so then you're going to set your pressure cooker for 8 minutes. So
Is it on high?
it's on high. If you have one that it says manual here, then you don't have to check to see if it's on high, low, or medium. It's gonna start and then we'll be back after 8 minutes and we will move to the next step. And this is what the display will look like as it's beginning. It's starting to heat up and come up to pressure. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes and the Instant Pot is now up to pressure. And so it will start counting down through the 8 minutes. And once it finishes, then it's gonna beep a couple of times and then we're gonna let it count back up to about 5 minutes. To just let it rest and then we'll be releasing the pressure.
Is it done yet?
TJ, is it done? What do you think? Zoe, what do you think? Oh, let's see.
You can tell I'm rather comfortable right now.
So it's been 10 minutes since the timer dinged. So now I'm going to let the pressure off, which there shouldn't be much left in it because it only was going for 8 minutes. So we'll hear the little pin drop, hear it drop. Okay, so that's done. So here's what it looks like. This one I should have put a little piece of foil over to keep the condensation from getting in there. However, we'll be able to get that out real easily. Just move this out. And I usually unplug this. Okay. And this one. And you'll see these are a little bit puffed up. So they kind of come up to the top. Sometimes they'll come up even higher. I don't know what makes it come up higher one day than another, but so then you just let it cool in this. I leave it out for a while, and then if I put it in the refrigerator right now or in a little bit, I won't cover it with anything because if you put something on top of it, the condensation from the heat is going to collect on that and it's going to sog up the top of it. So I leave it out for a little while to cool off.
How long is a little while?
Probably about a half an hour. And
Right.
then I'll put it in the refrigerator with like a paper towel over it. And then when it's completely cooled off, it could be tomorrow, it could be later tonight, I will put the actual plastic lid that came with this piece that I was talking about earlier on it. And then it'll just be in there until I need to eat them or want to eat them. Bye guys. Good. Have a happy breakfast.